Alright, this is for Peter Gregg. So, I have it in manual mode, automatic ISO, f2.8 at 1/30th of a shutter speed. Okay? So if I move it to, let's say, what is it? Yeah, let's say I go to 160, alright? And then I do the aperture to, let's say, 5.6, okay? The camera, the ZV-E10 doesn't like it. It wants the exposure, compensation, all that stuff up. So if I do the exposure, okay, I got it on ISO auto, alright? And it's blinking. It should switch it automatically. So let's say if I went to, let's say 100, okay? It's not good enough. But if I do it again, so let's say 64, okay? Now it's okay. Now, on the exposure, let's see, where is that? Where is it? Anyway, it has a 1.7 on the exposure, 5.6, 1/60th of a shutter speed. And this is 4K 30. This is manual mode. So, and now the exposure, and I gotta turn on the light. Where is it? Yeah, that one right there. No. I do it 125. See, it's not letting me do exposure in manual mode. That's why I don't like the, see, I can do the ISO. No. So if I go back to 60, it's -2 now. I go to 125, alright. And then if I go to the ISO, let's do 5,000. Yeah. So it's the exposure compensation that's all messed up. That's why I don't like the Sony cameras. I can do everything on the ZFC, no problem. And where I'm going is to Whataburger, get me something to eat. And I have no idea what's going on. No, don't want that. Navigation, okay, there we go. I do not know what's going on. So it's at 5,000 ISO. The exposure compensation is a -2. I did not set that. Somehow it set that. So I have it at 5.6. I'm hoping the lights are more subdued, but I don't think so. I could put it at, let's put it at 8. F8. And it's still the exposure compensation, alright, is a -2. And it drives me bananas with this, you know, Sony. I really hate them. So let me go to 64. So everything is good. I had an auto ISO. It didn't go to 64 and went up to like maybe 5,000. Hi, Peter. I'm talking about you. No, I'm on the ZV-E10, and I was trying the different shutter speeds at night. I have it at 5.6, 8.0, 160, 125. I can do the ISO. The problem is the exposure compensation. In manual mode, I can't change it, and somehow.
But you can't change it because you're in manual mode. You're getting front of the set.
Yeah. So it's blinking because it's at -2. So it really likes it when it's at f2.8. I'm not showing the hood, all right. It's
Are you
just.
in the car?
Yeah. And I'm talking to you. Do I sound a little bit far away from you or what?
No, it sounds good. I just don't want to do something dangerous for you, that's all.
No. So, this is what I got to do. I got to put on the Bluetooth. Okay, there we
You're
go.
fine.
Yeah, so I go to controls, go to phone, connect to Randall's iPhone, and now you should hear me a lot better. Am I correct?
Oh, I do hear you better.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyway, I saw your video, and the weird thing is, you know, I'm trying out my, I got a keyboard and mouse from my stepmother, and a small 1280 by 1024 monitor, which I put in the guest bedroom with another computer, and I was trying it out. So I was using the headphones for speakers since the monitor doesn't have it, and anyway, it was a different experience. The only thing is watching everything at 1280 by 1024. It brings back the old days of the PC, and it was interesting. So I'm watching the charismatic voice where she looks at old videos or musics and stuff, and then she critiques it on you know, what she thinks is the positive and wrong. So I'm going to watching your stuff, and I want to see the extra, right, of you know, your links and stuff, and all of a sudden on the bottom of the links it shows her, and I says, well, how did she get on there? So that was the thing. It's like something's going on with Windows, so I don't know. I'm right now. I'm going to order at Whataburger, and I think. Ooh, man.
I ate a lot today. Tomorrow I'm going to have to do only smoothies.
Or you mow the grass. Make sure your wheel doesn't come off the lawnmower.
My wheels are fine, thank you very much.
This is Jasmine speaking. How can I help you?
Jasmine, I like to have a #1 with a large vanilla milkshake and a large fries. No cheese, but everything else on it. Everything.
Is mustard okay?
Yes.
And to drink. Or I'm sorry, you said that shake. Your name?
Randy, large
Randy.
vanilla milkshake. Yes.
Anything else?
That's it.
Salt, pepper, ketchup?
No.
Yes, sir. It'll be $11.56 for the #1, the large meal.
Okay.
With a shake. Stay in that left-hand lane, and we'll assist you on my second better window.
Okay.
Thank you, Randy.
Bye. Jasmine.
Is that a drive-in window?
Yeah, yeah. Pretty good, huh? Get to hear
Not
anything.
kidding. Over here, they hardly speak any English.
All right, so I have it at f8. Everything's clear. The thing that drives me crazy is the glare. So I've been looking into polarizers, but then I hear there's stops. But I've been watching videos, and it really doesn't do anything on the flaring. So I don't know. So I'm trying something else. I'm trying the 5.6. Now I see right now nothing is flashing. The exposure compensation is automatically changing, and it's happy because it has light. So I am recording at f8, 1/125th of the shutter speed at ISO 6400. What do you think?
Oh, that's not bad. What's the f-stop?
Well, it's f8.
Oh, good. That should... you're driving around, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Then I should be able to see. I like it when you drive around. I can see everything.
Yeah, you're not going to get the hood.
Really...
So, and I make sure about that.
I don't care if there's a hood. Honestly, I don't care if the hood's there or not.
Yeah, but it won't focus. So, what I was doing experiments is Sony program priority is different from their automatic, which is the intelligent auto. And I was just showing you the difference of how crazy it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I put it in manual mode, and it was totally different. But then when I looked at the LCD screen, it looked perfect. But when I got home, I saw a lot of noise, right? Well, then I realized I'm on that little tiny 1280 by 1024 monitor, so I put it on the 4K TV, and it looked fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So you got to remember that 1024 by or 1280 by 1024 is totally different from, even 1080p. So when I watch the videos, it's 720p. Isn't that something?
That is.
Yeah, and
YouTube is trying to save some bandwidth there. That's what they're doing.
So I was on AVP last night. I didn't see Camera Junkie's show, and Woody was on there. He says, "Randall, your voice is so soft." And I looked at him and says, "Well, here we go."
Your voice is not soft.
Yes. So the thing was, it was the internal mic on the iMac. So I had to switch it to the... yes, please.
Oh, he meant the loudness.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So I went there. It sounded better than... Oh, man, it's on the wrong mic. So on Restream, or whatever he's using... Thank you. You have to go to settings for the camera and everything. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. And the thing was, yeah, make sure. Yep, it's in there. Good. And let me also close the window. That way you don't hear any birds. There's a lot of birds in the trees out there. And I got the sunroof closed, but I got the window. I'm looking up through the window. See, there's a hood on there, which I like, where if it's real sunny and it's hot, then I close it up. Well, you got a town car.
That car has a sunroof?
Yeah. Yeah, I can open it up all the way too. But
that means you could stick the camera out the top.
Exactly. So I was looking at monopods, right? And I could stick it, I can open up my hood or my panel right here, and it could stick right there up. And I was looking at the 360s also. Where you use a 360 to go around. And I got a whole bunch of ideas what I could do. But I figured, well, I got the cameras. Let me get a monopod and then see what happens. The only thing is I'll probably get some bugs on the camera. I'll probably kill some birds. Get a lot of feathers in here. But it'd be exciting, wouldn't it? And then I would have to use my Rode wireless mic.
Can you close the sunroof part way, or it has to be all the way open or all the way closed?
No, I can move it a little bit here, a little bit there. That's the nice thing about it. So.
Manfrotto makes a tripod clamp that
Uh-huh.
clamps onto wood beams or poles or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to see if you can, and it's got a rubber so it doesn't scratch.
Okay.
You might want to see if you might want to clamp it to the right spot, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And if that would work, and this way you don't have to use a monopod, because the monopod is going to be sticking down in the camera, in the car.
You know, it's funny you were talking about that, because we're talking about the ones that go in the windshield, and they're falling off all the time. So,
that's a suction. This is not that. It's a clamp.
Okay.
I got one. I'll see if it's got a model number on it or something.
All right, because I can clamp it. There is a place where I can clamp it in the front. All right, and that would work.
The front of what?
It'll clamp on my, you know, where you shut the top.
Mm-hmm.
I can clamp it like if it has a clamp, you know, like a light. You know how you have the desk lamp? One of those clamps. And then, you know, the needle goes up. So you get a tripod, whatever, like a Joby or whatever. And then it would stick out. But I would get a small one. Yeah.
I'll take a picture of the one that I'm using here.
Okay. You know, that's the next thing they're going to put in cars is video cameras. So the picture looks good.
Yeah, they got them now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about when you're making a phone call, you can see the person while you're talking to. It's like a FaceTime.
Okay, let me find your name.
Man, they're taking a long time. I see a whole bunch of people there.
Okay, that's the whole thing.
Okay, got it.
And this is... Okay, so this is just the clamp.
All right. Okay, come on. Face ID. There we go. That. Okay. Yeah. Huh.
All right, I just sent you a picture.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it clamps like the jaws of life.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I see that.
Onto the pole, and it comes with the thing that gives you a mount for the camera or an extension tube. And I use the extension tube, and I put an old gear thing on it.
Yeah, I see that.
Let me see if I can get a...
That little device looks like on my boom arm, you know, where I attach a camera to. And I can put it in different positions on that boom arm. Yeah.
I don't want this flash to go on. How do I turn this flash off?
What, on your cell phone?
Yeah, because it's running the picture every time.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's taking them so long. There it is. Thank you.
Okay,
Have
so
a good one. Thank you. All right. The guy says, finally, he's going. Man, they were taking a long time.
Do you park and they bring it to you, or do you have to go to the window?
No, you just go to the window and then they give it to you. Sometimes they make you move up if, you know, you have to wait for your order or whatever. But,
They do that?
Yeah.
Did they do that to you? Did they make you move up?
Nope. I just stayed at the window. I only had one driver behind me. So the picture looks good. I'm just trying to make
Okay, so that was the last one that I sent you is the clamping down on a pole.
Right. Yep.
So you would clamp down onto a car part,
Okay.
either a sunroof or something.
Yeah, and I'll show you a picture of it when I get a chance. Let's see.
So I would look at Adorama or B&H, so you can actually see what it does and see if it will work for you. Because you could just clamp it to the car and then a quick turn of the screw and release it.
All right. So what I sent you was a picture of. I put the sliding thing back and took a picture. There's a ledge right there where I just put a clamp, and then I get that little metal screw up, and I can mount the camera on it.
Right, I see that. Okay.
Yeah. And I was looking at that. I was looking at ways where, and I got interrupted because I had to mow the grass. You know, it was getting pretty high. So I was halfway done with my backyard, and the wheel fell off. So I was working with 3 wheels anyway. I talked with my neighbor. And he says, "Yeah, just order the parts." And the thing is, I didn't save the box, and the little tag that showed the model number on the lawnmower fell off. So I don't know what model I have. So I was looking at the, what was it, the 13-inch blade, and I was trying to find that for Ryobi, you know, to reorder the wheels. And then I was at Best Buy because I got me another Elgato since I have the R6 now. Put that in the main studio, and it looked sharp. So the Z30, I found a way to keep it cool. And you know how I did it? The same principle we did with your iMac. So I mounted on the boom arm, and with the ceiling fan, it blows the cold air from the air conditioning onto that camera, and it was on for 5 hours. Didn't even overheat.
Oh.
I just turned it off. And that's the secret. You get cold air on it, the Z30 is fine. But when you watch the videos, they're all like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay? I'm the only guy that I know that'll take a camera and run it until it, you know, the recording time limit turns off or it overheats. I'm the only one doing it. So I guess I have more needs. I don't know. But yeah, that's what was going on. So, but I'm driving around. It's been 23 minutes of talking already, and there's no time limit on this camera. And I got a 256 UHS 1 memory card in it, SD card, and I'm going to try out a terabyte in this thing too. So at 4K 30, I can get like maybe 4 hours of recording.
We need to look at it now, but I just sent you a picture of the clamp from B&H.
Okay.
It's very useful, not only for the car, but in a lot of places. I wish I had a couple of those clamps, because you can put a camera just about anywhere you want, and you just put your own ball head on it yourself, you know.
Okay. So, the remember the stoplights and stuff? They're less glaring at f8. I tried this once before, I think at f10, f11, and it looked pretty good. But it was dark, and I didn't have the ISO up. So you see my exposure compensation is doing the same thing, flashing. But when I get underneath a lamp or something, then it stops. So that's interesting. But it's a good picture. Let me see what I can do here. Let me go to 160. That doesn't matter. A slower shutter speed at night, is that better?
I don't think it matters.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, I noticed
Because
some
the shutter is
stuttering.
opening and closing. The shutter is opening and closing at that speed.
Okay. So 160 is pretty good then.
Yeah, I try to use 160 whenever I can.
Well, they say slower the shutter speed brings in more light. So, I don't know. Then you have to look at the speed.
It does. It does bring. Yeah, the shutter speed does bring in more or less light depending on you going up or down.
Uh-huh. So I put it at 1/60th. So the reason why, now if I went back to 1/30th, all right, let me do it at F10. Okay. I'm going to go to 1/30th. See what happens. Yeah. I'll take it at F10. So what I'm trying to do is I'm still driving while I'm eating French fries, right?
Oh, wonderful! And talking to me.
And
The
drinking a
safest guy
vanilla
on the
milkshake.
planet. And drinking a vanilla milkshake.
I haven't gotten into the hamburger yet. But what I'm looking at the lights. It's less glaring, okay? Everything looks sharp and in focus, but I want to get to let's see, look up. Going at the Penske, can you see it? Just driving real slow. Yeah, it looks good. Okay.
So what's the focus of the video that you're doing?
Okay, it's at F10. I got it at 1/30 of shutter speed and ISO 6400.
No, what's the topic? What are you you're doing? Showing the
the
E10?
topic is I'm trying to remove the glare when I come to a stoplight. You know where it has a halo around it?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen that often.
Yes. So, you know, the pictures are clear. I'm trying to remove noise, you know, at nighttime. I've had no problem with the ZFC, okay? But on the ZVE10, it looks like what I'm looking at right now on the LCD screen. But you never trust the LCD screen. That's just to tell you what's in focus, right?
Yeah.
It'll never match the monitor, a true monitor. So, anyway, I'm looking at the lamp lights. It's less glare now because I got it at F10. I have it at 1/30th of the shutter speed. And when I go to a stoplight, if I can remove that halo, but you see there's moisture in the air or smoke. So I see it outside and I can pick it up on the screen that I'm recording. So there's either a fire going on or it's
Or
mist.
or you got mist, right?
Yeah.
You got like morning fog.
Yeah. So I see a bus. Okay. I don't want to go left. I'm going back. But the lights look good. All right. I don't see a halo behind them. So I'm going to get behind this truck.
Until you get it in the house.
Yeah. Well, right now it looks good.
Right.
Usually you get like a sun flare. So I'm looking at it. It looks a lot better right now than it did. All right? Take my word for it. And it's at F10. Now I don't want to go any higher because of diffraction.
Yes.
But F10 looks good. And the thing is, when you put it on program priority or the intelligent auto, guess what? That's Sony settings, and you get flare city. I mean, it's like blinding, when you're watching the recording, especially when you go underneath a lamppost or stoplight. So I'm on Church Parkway. Everything looks good. It looks clear, but I can't tell. So I had it at F10, and it's at 1/30th of a shutter speed. So now I'm going to change it to 1/60th to see if it. No, that's wrong one. I'm going to go to 1/60th. Yeah, the higher you go, the darker it gets. So that's why they want it on. I'm going to leave it at 1:30. Now, what I've also been trying is I see a little stuttering, like, every 40 seconds or something. No matter what camera I have, I see a little stuttering now and then. Could that be writing to the SD card, or could that be a camera thing?
Don't forget you're at 29.97.
Yes.
And then eCam is not. eCam is at a full 30 frames per second.
Okay.
That 0.3 of a second, you'd have to figure out how many frames, and it'll skip one.
All right. So this is what I found out. If you leave the files on the SD card and you put it in the Mac Studio, you don't get any stuttering. For some reason, when I was transferring the files to the hard drive or the SSD, I would get that stuttering. But if I just leave it on the SD card,
And that's on the studio?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm finding out these little nuances, whatever the word is, where I'm finding answers to, so like when I had stuttering, and I'm shooting at 4K 30 or 2997, whatever, if I speed it up to 4K 60, it removes the stuttering, but the video looks a little bit quicker, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing wrong with my voice because it's matching the, the speed, whatever. So the video, I think, looks better, but it takes longer for them to render it, on YouTube land. And they're doing a great job on the videos. They're, I'd say, no more than 2 hours on a 4K 60 at, 30 minutes plus? So, yeah. They're doing a good job.
That's very good, right?
Yeah.
That is very good.
So they're doing a better job. And that was the discussion we had last night. What was your favorite photograph? And I says, well, when I take everything off, like the lens cap, and then the when you mount
What was your favorite what?
your favorite things when you photograph. And
like
I
an
says, my
accessory?
favorite thing for a photograph when I'm going to shoot is that when I take everything off the camera, that I can find it again so I can put it back on the camera.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Good. And then I realized you got pockets, put it in the pocket. So okay, I'll put it in a pocket. Okay, now, no car behind me. I'm at the stoplight. I'm talking to you. Now, I am going to change it to, oh, 30, leave it there, wrong one. F16, F18, F20, F22. I'm going to put it all yet at F22. Okay, aperture. And then, yeah, there's a car that snuck up behind me. I'm just waiting for it to turn green. I mean, it's red. Oh. Been waiting for it to turn green. And it was red. All four lights were red for about 15 seconds. I says, okay. So it's real dark now.
Almost like somebody pushed the walk button.
Yeah. So F22 looks good, but it looks real dark, right? So I'm gonna go, wrong one.
Try something completely different. Put it in P mode.
Okay, well I have to stop the recording.
And
I did put it in P mode, and I did put it in, and the thing is they won't let you. They go at 1/30th at the widest aperture, which is f2.8.
Okay.
So my thing is, I want a clear view, but I want less flaring. And is it too dark? So I'm at f22. Oh, I messed up on the, yeah. Okay, going at f30 again. I had f15. I mean, shutter speed at 1/15th. You can see some stuttering then. So 1/30th is usually the slowest I would go. I'd rather have 1/60th, but at f22, let me tell you, and at 64 ISO, I would hate to go higher than that. All right, I really like 4,000, but and then all of a sudden my volume came up, so I must have hit the display. So I'm driving around, going to shirts. Everything's looking good. I mean, the picture quality looks great. It's at f22. And I hope you don't mind, but you're going to be on my recording, by the way.
That's fine. Tell me.
So.
Even now?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
A little bit louder. They can't hear you.
Hi, everybody from Miami, Florida.
And not in the Christmas room. He's lying on his bed.
I'm not in the Christmas room. I'm laying down in my bed watching Randy's videos.
So anyway, it is, I cannot see any clouds, all right? Of course, if I went to a lower aperture, I probably could see it, but it is pitch black. But I don't see any stars either. So, see, it's one of those nights where there's no moon, all right, which is great for stargazing. I have 3 cameras. I had the R7, I had the ZFC, and I had the ZV-E10. I got the 10 and 18 EFS mount and the 24. I got the 26 and the 12 to 28 for the ZFC. I was thinking of bringing the 20 millimeter, but that is a heavy lens. And then I got the I got it done 15-18. bad I didn't. So I'm going to keep going straight until I hit 3009, and I'll make a left. So everybody's closed down. A nice old town area right here with old Victoria homes and some antique shops. So I'm at Main Street. Looks good. It's dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to F20. Take a look, and then I'm going to move the volume. Okay, there we go. I want just a clean picture. I've been recording for 40 minutes, Peter. And I'm Church Parkway. Excellent. Church Parkway. Outstanding. Now I gotta watch out for these cars. And what I hate about these cars, they don't turn on their turn signal. And then they decide to turn. So.
And then they hit somebody.
That's right. So it is, I got it at 68 degrees in the car. Nice and cool.
The air conditioner is quiet. I don't hear a lot of fan noise.
Yeah. So, the nice thing about this car, I can, for feet and for, now it get a little bit louder, but it's at the second level. So, and then the wind is blowing a lot harder. But I don't want to do that because then I'll freeze my butt off. So, anyway.
Well, your milkshake will stay cold.
Yeah. It's good. Delicious. But anyway, it's looking good. I got it at, oh my God. It went to F22 automatically. I put it back to, oh, you know what? I hit the wrong one again. Okay. Let me put it at.
Is that the camera that has the intelligent mode?
Yeah. The ZV-E10. Same one that you got.
Okay. Right.
I'm right at 1/30th again. So the flaring comes back at F16. So if I do it again to F22, I'm going to leave it at F22. All right? Because if I go down to F8, because I can see a whole bunch of stores on the right, and you know what? I'm going to drive in here just to show all the lights. Compare it to F22. And I'm going to put up my air conditioning because these lights are cool. In this shopping center, in this strip mall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to turn around and go the other way in the parking lot. And, oh, homemade ice cream. Ooh. Okay, dine in. It's a narrow kitchen. Oh, wow. Texas Liquor. Thai, Wood Creek. It looks all good. Ice cream. Let's see. What else we got? So I'm showing pictures, and then what I'm doing is I'm going to bring it down to F8. See if it comes in clear. Okay, so I'm doing the flaring stuff. I'm going to a lamppost. Okay, so this is the perfect thing right here. Looking at the lamp, and now I'm going to change it to from F9. Well, yeah, it was at F8. Okay, so you can see a flare. Okay, so now I'm going to go up to 9, 10, 11, 13, that's probably diffraction, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. It almost disappeared. But it's still there, but it's not as bright. And I can see
What
it.
lens is on there?
Huh? I got the 24G. 24 millimeter
Okay.
f2.8G. And it's a
Okay.
small lens, but it's excellent. And let me wash the windshield, just in case. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's on the inside also that gets like a smoke,
But
almost like a grease or something, you know.
yeah, so let me see. Let me do this. Yeah, let me go to 60th. See if the see if I go 60, it's less glare also. If I go to 125, it's dark. Everything looks dark, so I don't want to do that. I'll go to 160. All right. And what I'm trying to do is get the best settings. So f22, 18, 16, 14, 13. But you know what? I'm getting like a focused breathing at f13, f11, f10, 9, 8. Oh man, it's looking good. You like it what, at 5.6?
Or higher.
All right, well 7.1, 6.3, 5.6. I really can't tell the difference. Well, yeah. So when I go higher, all right. So when I go to 5, 4.5, it gets brighter, okay? If I go all the way to 2.8 right now, it's really bright. But it's at 1/60th of shutter speed. And this is what, of course, I have at ISO 6400 also. So if I do the ISO, bring it down, all right, 8,000, yeah. So if I bring it down, 5,000, 4,000, 3,200, oh, it's looking good. What I'm doing is I'm trying to find the best, so I'm at 2,500. Remember you were talking about 2,000? I like the 2,000 setting. 1,600 is good. 1,250, 1,000. You know, that 800 looks just about what I'm viewing at right now. I got 640, 500, 400, 640, or 800. Okay, so I have ISO 640. I have 1/60th of shutter speed at f2.8, and it looks good. So I'm going to back up, and what I'm going to do...
You made a comment tonight while I was doing the live. So I know you were around someplace. Were you home at the time, or were you?
Yeah, I was at home. When your show ended, that's when I got in the car.
Oh, okay. How does that? How does the new camera look? Does it look decent?
It does. Now, I took it out one car vlog, and then I've been having it in the studio, and it looks fantastic. You know, in the studio. You're talking about the R6, right?
Right.
Yeah. So in the studio, it was on for 4 hours, and it didn't overheat.
Very clean.
Yeah.
In
And
the studio, it overheated, or it didn't?
it did not, and it was on for 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
And that's
looking
when you
at
had that fan.
I got it at 1/60th of shutter speed, f2.8, ISO 640. It's looking good.
So did you change the power settings?
Yes. Are you talking about the R6? No.
Yes.
No, I did not change
Okay.
the settings.
Okay, so one of the good parts on that camera is I have it set to go up really quick. It wakes up so fast you don't even realize it.
Well, I know that.
Fastest waking up camera. It's one of the fastest
Yep.
waking up cameras they got.
Yep. Oh. I watched your videos. You talked about that before, where it goes to sleep and then you just tap it on. But you know, my Z6 II does the same thing. And Z7 II. All the Nikon cameras do that.
They wake up very quickly.
Very quickly.
Oh, good.
Okay, so
Well, see,
now
I don't take the Z6 out, so I don't experience that out and about.
okay,
Like you're out, you go out, you know.
right. So I found the best settings, Peter. Thank you. 1/60th of shutter speed, f2.8. Excuse me. ISO 640. No flaring.
So tell me the settings again.
1/60th of a shutter speed, f2.8,
Right.
ISO 640, and everything looks clear.
Oh, good.
And no flaring when it comes to a stoplight.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Now you just got to make sure it doesn't focus on the hood. That it focuses
No, it's not
far
on
away.
it. Yeah. See, I found the best position for the ZV-E10. And the 24 millimeters goes over the hood. And then you also have to put it at 16:9. Because if you do the whole screen, then you'll get part of the hood. But if you put it at 16:9, it cuts it off. But yeah. And I've been at 51 minutes. And look at that. It's perfect, Peter. Now I have to look to see if there's any noise. You know, when they get in the studio.
You don't have to be afraid of a little noise.
Well, yeah.
There's no noise. There's no noise police out there.
But yeah, last night I had a 1/30th. When I put it in manual mode, 1/30th f2.8, but the ISO was higher at 4,000, 5,000. I got it now at 640, and it's doing great. Now remember we were talking about, I think the R6 does have a dual ISO.
Yeah, I need to get that confirmed because I keep telling people that.
I saw it
sure.
on the video. All you have to do is a search, and it'll tell you. I think Gordon Lang said that, and also Christopher Frost. He's good at that too. He talks about.
Good, because I don't like to lie, you know.
Yeah. So there's quite a few
give wrong
cameras that do that. Sony does that. Well, Gerald and Dunn also talks about that stuff. So there's 3 YouTubers that I know that talk about the dual ISOs. So, yeah, just watch one of their videos. They talk about it, and they got timestamps, so you can go right to it, and they explain it. Let's see, who's the Jason Herman? He's another guy I like watching. He talks about every camera, and then he goes into the camera settings and describes what each setting does. So I think he's done every camera you could think of. You know, all the Canons, all the Sonys, all the Nikons. It's unreal. I love the guy. Very technical. I love listening to him. And then if you get tired, you just turn it off, go to sleep, come back, and then you finish the rest of the video.
Come back later.
Yeah.
Right.
But it goes over very minute detail on all settings. And I like that very much. Yeah. Nice ride. Everything looks clear. I want to see this in. It's at 1/6 of the shutter speed, f2.8. ISO 640. Manual movie mode. And I am talking to Peter Gregg in Miami, Florida. So that's a treat. And then, let's see. So I was on AVP Studios for about, 3 hours maybe at the most.
Oh, did you have fun?
Yeah. We bantered a little bit. They were commenting on they couldn't keep up with me on all the videos I do. They couldn't believe I'm let's see, I'm 8 away from 800. So
wow,
if I,
you jumped from, remember, you're going for 600, now you're at 800.
yeah, I know.
Wow.
Well, what was it? It was actually, I wanted to do 500, right?
Have you gained some subscribers?
Yes. I'm picking up one every other day. So,
Oh, that's excellent. So you'll be
let's-
up to 300 in no time.
Oh, yeah. And I'm getting better at the video part. But I'm trying to do extra stuff. So I noticed that a lot of people with Canon, when I did the R50, I had like over 180 views. And that was 3 or 4 days ago. Okay. So that makes me happy. There's usually about 20 people that watch me immediately after I post a video. But I give it about a week and I can get up to like 200 people viewing certain videos. And if I talk about a brand new spanking TV, no problem. I get like close to 1,000 maybe, you know, eventually. When I talked about the S95B, that 55 inch I have in the studio or my office, I'm still getting people asking me. So I'm going to put a 4K 60 card in the PC. And I got it from Elgato this weekend. So I'm going to put it in there. And then I'm going to do the gaming and record and show how to do it. And you know what? The guy has his lights on and I see no flaring. It looks excellent. This is what I want to see, Peter. Yep.
That's perfect.
Excellent. Now if you just stay at
That
the
sounds
settings.
excellent.
Yep. So I'm driving in a dark area where there's no lights, and it's perfect. It's what I see on the LCD screen is what I see out through the car window. Okay? Now the secret is coming up to the lights, and that's why I do it at this late in the evening or early morning after 12, because there's no cars and I can do a lot of testing. So there's a little halo around the lights, but it's not as bad as before. So I think with the lower aperture, I think you can still see things clear, you know, at f2.8. What do you think? You rather have more of a depth of the field at 5.6?
Yes. I would rather have more because I enjoy watching you drive around.
Okay, because I
I'd
can
like
see.
to see where you're going.
So the reason why I put it 1/60th is because you would get some, you know, light flashing, you know, on the LCD screens and stuff. So you always got that at 1/30th, but when I put it at 1/60th, it went away. So I'm trying it at f2.8 and at 640 ISO, and it looks, I'm happy with it. Now, I'm going to change it to 5.6, okay, make you happy. I'm going to keep going. And see if I do that, I'm looking at, yeah, it gets brighter. So if I put it at 5.6, then I have to change the ISO. Let's see, 500. Yeah, I'm coming up to some lights. So let's see if I'm just trying to remove the flaring. Okay. So if I put it at 5.6, 1600. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, but going to move it down. 1,000, 800, 640, 1,000, 1,200, 1,600, 2,000. You know what? I'm going to leave it at 2,000. 1/6 shutter speed, 5.6 aperture, ISO 2000. And I'm getting no flaring. I do get a halo around, but I see a halo through the windshield anyway, you know, when I'm looking at it. So it's showing the same thing, which is a good thing. And the reason why I left it at 2,000, because that way everything is brighter and you can see it. On the ZFC, everything is bright. You know, at nighttime, I could see clouds that I couldn't see, but I look at the camera, I could see it. In fact, I saw a deer crossing the road and I slowed down, and if I wasn't looking at the camera LCD on the ZFC, I would have hit that deer. It's amazing.
Oh boy.
So, ZV-E10 is a good camera for Lewis, but it doesn't have an EVF.
Somebody asked the comment in the comment tonight. Is it better to get the R6 or the R8?
No, R8 is overheats.
I know. I've seen that quite often.
Yeah. If you put it at 1080, it's no problem. Now, you have a Atmos Ninja, so what you could have done was an HDMI out. You would have had the, what, 12-bit, I think, with the R6? Am I correct? Is yours a 4K or is it a 1080p? Your Ninja Atmos?
4K.
Okay. So you see, you could have recorded there, and I bet your camera wouldn't have overheated. And the reason why I say that is because when I had it in the studio with the, you know, Ecamm Live, it was on for 4 hours. So, yeah. Have you ever had the camera overheat in your studio when you had it? As a camera?
The R6 overheated one time. The entire time I had it here, it only overheated one time.
Was that
Then
when the
I
air
learned-
conditioner was off?
Right.
Yeah.
And the air conditioner was off.
Yeah.
And I had it with the LCD wasn't flipped open a little bit. I had it flat up against the body.
Uh-huh.
And what was the third thing? Oh, I make the LCD shut down once I go live.
Okay. Yeah.
And it never overheated. And then when I put a fan on it, remember that white fan? Did I ever show you the white fan?
Yep.
When I put a fan on all the cameras, it never overheated again.
Yep.
But then it did have a firmware update. And the firmware update took a lot of the overheating out.
Oh, wow.
So it's the one that you got now is on 1.81.
Yeah. I think they got now a 1.82, I think. I have to look at it.
They do have.
Yeah, I'll look at
that
it.
one.
Well,
Okay. Are you still driving?
yep. Like I said,
You spent the night-
anything
you
that
spent the
I
night
do-
out on the road.
yeah, anything I do, I take it to the max. And right now I've been recording for 1 hour and 4 minutes, folks. No time record limits. Come on, Nikon. Do it for the ZFC. Make me happy.
Yeah, really.
I mean, I've had the
That
Z6 II
ZFC is
overheat and the Z7 II, all right? But they're weather sealed, pretty much. But the Z8 is a bigger camera. It's like a little bit bigger than I think the D850. So,
No, it's not bigger than the D850. It's smaller.
is it? I thought it was bigger.
Yes. No, I think it's smaller.
Because they said it was a little bit bigger than the D850, but smaller than the Z9.
That might be. I did see the three of them together in a picture somewhere.
Okay.
So it might be the middle camera. But who did I see holding it?
Grays
Maybe
of
Gerald
Westminster.
Undone? No. Maybe Gerald Undone. Or somebody was holding it, and it looked very comfortable in their hand.
Oh, yeah. Matt Granger. He did a comparison between the Z7 II and the Z8.
Okay. You have the Z2.
Yeah.
You have
the
the
7
7.2, I
II
mean.
and the 6 II. Yes.
And the 6.2, right.
Yeah.
Are they both the same size?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
The
Which
only
one do
difference
you
is
use
the
more?
megapixels and the sensor. Yeah.
Right. One's 47 and one is, what, 24?
Yep. Yep. Hmm.
Well, it's getting to be 1 o'clock over here, so I'm going to go to bed to sleep.
Okay. I'm going to drive around another 10 minutes. I'm going to try to
Okay.
make it for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Ah.
And you know what?
Do people watch it that long?
No. But I put little Christmas eggs in there, or Easter eggs. And if they
Yeah.
watch it, they'll catch it. And then they'll contact or comment to me. Oh, you try to sneak one. You know, Scott, I think Scott watches the whole thing. I think he's the only one I know that watches the whole thing. Lewis will come in now and then say hi, or you're funny, or something like that, right? But Scott Rogers, he'll watch the whole thing. I don't know if he's working. Is he working now on weddings again, or what?
Well, he got the R6 now, so he might be doing stuff commercially now too. I don't know.
Wow. Okay, so there's Twin Peaks. Man, it's still busy. Well, it's not 12 o'clock yet. Okay.
It's getting there for you.
You know what? I'm going to go straight.
You're 1 hour from me or 2 hours?
I'm 1 hour.
1 hour, okay. So what's Buddy and Wanda doing now? Sleeping?
Probably. They're in bed. Okay.
Or chasing bugs?
Yep. I have no idea where I am. And this guy is flashing his lights.
It's unusual for you. You know the town like the back of your hand.
Yeah. All right, got it. Okay. Shin Oak. All right, I'm gonna go up Shin Oak. Never been on Shin Oak before. It's a bridge that goes over the overpass on I-35.
Okay.
And man, they got a lot of construction here. They're doing so much construction on the highway, and what they're doing is instead of widening the road, okay, they're let's see, turn around. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it smells skunk. Skunk, skunk, skunk.
Oh,
That's
that's
right. I
gross.
close the outside air. Oh man, that's a sight.
Now it's stuck in your car.
And it's a good thing because now I see a lot of traffic. I'm going to stay on the access road. A lot of traffic that are going into one lane on the highway. So I'm glad I stayed off the highway. Okay.
It's amazing, right? In the middle of the night, they have all the traffic out. It's amazing.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of truckers and stuff. You know, I just...
When you do the cutting of your grass, do you use the bagger thing or you just mulch it?
I just mulch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I stay on the access road, and I'm going faster than the ones on the highway. They're all on one lane. I think they're paving the road, which I'm hoping. So they're building, you know how on side of the highways they can, oh, let me go to frontage road. I'll go this way. That way I stay on the access, but don't get on the highway. Very good. Outstanding. I do know my way around here.
I figured.
Let's see. Oh, and there's Home Depot. Can you see that? And this is at 5.6, folks. That's for the viewers that are watching this long thing. So I can do live streams too. I have a whole bunch of stuff I can talk about. I can show things. And I think people would watch. I'm amazed at the videos that I do. I can talk for so long. And then I realize that I've been talking to myself all my life. I'm unnatural.
You look at the quality of the videos from when you first started to now. It's like a difference.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. But you know, I remember, what was it? The first video was eating a pizza. Way back then.
Is that what you did?
Yeah. I had, you know, funny, and then I had eating. And one was the pizza. So, okay.
All right, then I'm going to say goodnight.
All right. Say goodnight to Peter Gregg. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
And God bless. I'll talk to you later.
And God bless. All right. Good night, Randy.
Good night, Peter. Bye.
Bye.
So, it's looking pretty good. I've removed the glare. It's at 5.6. So I'll look at the f.28 and then the 5.6 and 8.0 and 16 and 22 and man, it's dark over here. They must have turned off, yeah, they turned off the lamps. They must be doing something. Oh, work ahead. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. Yep. I'm gonna go this way. And I'm gonna make it warmer. 72 and bring in the outside air. Because I am freezing in here. Well, I'll be going for an hour and 15 minutes. It doesn't look too bad on the flaring. Yeah, heat up a little bit. So it's 83 degrees outside. It's midnight. Unreal. It's getting hotter every year, folks. There's a homeless person looking at stuff on the outside. At least he's working at the Goodwill store. Yeah, there's some people that come by and pick up stuff. I think he was looking at a computer chair. Okay, so is it focus breathing? I think it did a little bit. So it's 5.6. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at 1/60th. I'm going to go to 6.3, 7.8. I'll leave it at 8. And going to 1/30th. There we go. Yeah, I think the -2 is the max. But it's looking good. And I might split this video in 3 segments. First half hour, second half hour, and last half hour. Now, what was that? 1 hour and 17 minutes. I can kill some time. So, I got a 256 gig card on here, folks. 4K 30. Plenty of storage. And the flaring looks fantastic on the lights, folks. Yes, there's a little halo, but it's not, it's the same thing I'm seeing when I'm driving. It looks excellent. What I'm trying to remove is the flaring from the light source to the road. And I have accomplished that. So F8 hopefully will give me pretty good view. So I'm going to these lamps and I see no flaring. Oh, it's perfect. You see? You talk to an expert and stuff, gives you some ideas. And Louis Lozaka, if you're with me this long, this is for you. Sony ZV-E10 with the full frame. Let me go to the cul-de-sac. See if they cut the grass. Nope, they need to cut the grass. Look at that. Oh, but look at those dandelions. Woo-hoo. Let me turn on some brights. Back up. Alright. What do you think? Pretty good sunflowers, huh? Alright. Let me drive around this neighborhood. And I get back to mine. tomorrow's trash and recycle pickup. Got mine out. Mowed the front yard and half of the backyard. I was missing one wheel on my lawnmower, a Ryobi 13-inch. Don't know what model it is, so I was looking it up for spare parts for the wheel. And another wheel came off. What is this crap? I got rid of my other lawnmower, finally got a wheel for it, and then it died on me. So I said, I'm not going to buy that brand anymore. It only lasted me like 3 years. This one lasted me 3 years, but the wheels fall off. My other lawnmower, the wheel fell off. But then the engine died too. So this is the park. You see a car coming from the right. I'm going to let him turn the corner. You see him coming in. I'm looking at his headlights. Not that much glare. Not that bad anyway. So this is at f8, 1/3 of shutter speed, ISO 2000. Now I'm going to get to the light. Now, what I'm going to show you, should back up. I'm going to change the ISO and I'll show you the difference on a higher aperture. I like the f8, and I think that's my favorite. Like, here's the green lights, okay? Now, leave it at f8. Wrong one, Randy. And we're just going to stay there. We're going to stay here. So, that's 30th. I go to 60th. It's darker, right? 30th, it's brighter. ISO, okay. See, it's getting darker as I'm getting lower. See, now it's green. That's at 500 ISO, but it's really dark. But you can, I bring it up 640, 800, 1000, 1250, 1600. See, what I'm looking at is I'm trying not to get focal breathing, okay? Or focus breathing, I'm sorry. And you know where the contrast goes in and out? F8 may be too much. So let's do 6.3, 5.6. I really like 4.5. But, yeah, let's do a 5.6. Okay. 2000 dark. And that was 1250 dark. 2000. 2500. 3200, 4000, 5000, 64, 8000. You see more noise? 10,000, 12,800, 16,000, 20,000, 25,600, 32. That's auto. Okay, so it's on auto ISO. Now, I'm going to go back to the stoplight. And you'll see some flaring from the lights. That's what I'm talking about. When you let Sony do the configuring for you, I do not like it. So I can put like at 8.0. Yeah, let's go back to 5.6. Okay. So if I go to ISO, it's on automatic. Now look at the stoplight. And this is why I'm going to show you why I want to remove the glare. Okay, see that glare? So if I go to ISO, $32, $25, $20,000, $16, $12,800, $10,000, $8,000, $64, $5,000, $4,000, $32, $25, $2,000. I like the 2,000 mark. $16, $1,250, $1,000, $800, $640. It's almost perfect at $640. See those lights right there? All right, $640. So let's go a little bit lower. $500. See, it gets darker and darker. You don't want that. You want to see some things. $500, $640, $800, $5,000. Oh wow, something going on. I'm doing my tests and their life goes on, folks. So 5.6 at ISO 1000. Is it too dark? Is it too noisy? So let's try it again. 1250, 1600, 2000. 2500 is not bad. 32 is too bright. I think I'm going to leave it at 2000. I'm happy with that. 130 of shutter speed, 5.6, ISO 2000. Okay, so it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Now I'll go home. I accomplished one thing. Remove the glare. And the picture looks fantastic. I just hope there's not enough noise on it. I was looking at the noise, or what was that? They have it for pictures and video, but I didn't want to pay money for it. Topaz AI, that's what it was. So if you get it right in the camera, start off with, it's excellent. So you can see the two lights, no flaring. It's almost perfect. Wow. It looks awesome. I never trust, you know what, folks? Yeah, go home, pop this in the computer, take a look at it. Three parts out of it. And I still see no stars. And I don't see any clouds, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe the end of the world. Well, the grass looks good. So if you like this type of content, please give me a like, subscribe. Any questions or comments or advice, please put it down in the comments below. Very good. And turn off the air conditioner. And as always, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye.